video, there was a bit of a time crunch, so I challenged myself to find over $100 in profit in 30 minutes at the Goodwill. Now, Hawaii's Goodwills are notoriously expensive, so there was the added challenge of finding items that aren't overpriced to be able to make a profit and reach those goals. Make sure to stay till the end of the video to see what we found and if we reached our goals. Oh hey, my name is Kenzie, and I'm a Hawaii-based reseller, and I have slowly been creating more freedom in my life by selling things on websites like Poshmark or eBay and help support my small family. I went from making a couple $100 extra a month to making about $2,000 a month selling things online while also having side gigs. It's Hawaii. It's really expensive to live here. It's all about the side hustle. But all my jobs spark joy for me, and at any point I can take off and fulfill that wanderlust dream, and that is why I am the Wandering Thrifter. For this thrifting adventure, we had to wake up super bright and early and had about 3.5 hours of travel time before we made our way into our first thrift store.
When I first walked in, I was actually very excited to see how big this Goodwill is because I've been to other ones in Hawaii that are pretty small.
Okay, pause and give me a second.
I have sold lots of Monet products in the past, and they've always sold really quickly for me, but I always double check because things can change so quickly on online marketplaces. There was a great place, and I actually sold them very quickly for $63.
I did say that. Okay. I'm taking a big breath. I'm kind of calming down, okay? You might be wondering at this point why I'm needing to take these big breaths and why I might sound a little stressed out.
But when we woke up, it wasn't just to drive for 3.5 hours. It was actually
make our way to the airport, where we caught not one, but 2 flights to make our way over to Maui, and that's where we are right now.
I keep having to corral my kid closer to me because she was not so surprisingly trying to beeline her way to the toy section.
This Monet product had the name covered up by the tag, but I was having a really hard time. But it was the Damage Repair Leave-In Cream that I did grab after seeing a couple of sold comps.
I thought it would be smart to get the toys out of the way quickly, but maybe not such a great idea.
Let me see how much it is first before we choose. It's $5.
Whoa!
You can pick it for now, but that's kind of high for a used toy, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna pick it for now. I found an even cool.
Okay, hold it. And it doesn't have any of the Polly Pockets or anything with it.
I have plenty characters.
You have plenty of characters.
This caught my eye because it was a little different. It's a Johnny Walker bag. There was a sold comp for $20, but I'm looking for higher profits than that. Back in the day, I bought a ton of Funko Pops and sold them, and I absolutely hated it. I said I was never selling Funko Pops again, but I still checked just in case there's a hidden gem. And yeah, not one. Willow Tree is a really known brand that do have some sold comps and can be a good pickup, but I would only personally buy them if my cost of goods was really low or I got a bunch of them that I could lot up and have a higher profit.
So one of my challenges in this adventure, and a lot of my adventures, is space and how much I can fit in my suitcase. And so I leave a lot of items behind because I just don't have enough space. Luckily, Southwest has 2 check bags for free, which meant I could technically bring home 6 check bags of gear, but look how cute this guy is. He's missing one of his shoes though.
Build-A-Bear is another brand that sometimes can have hidden gems, so I always try to take a little check when I can. And at some point I actually used Google Lens to see if maybe he was something super special. He was vintage, but for me, the solds that I saw on eBay, just not worth a pickup.
Alright, let's go look at the shoes real quick.
The shoes were pretty high priced, and I wasn't seeing anything that popped up to me. These were sus for sure.
They feel fake.
Yeah.
And they look naughty.
I just kept hopping into the clothes thinking and hoping something good would pop up to me, but it was just nothing too exciting at this point. There was this fun little piece.
This thing is quite a thing.
I actually bought that same jumpsuit at one point.
Santa knows what kids want.
And now it's kind of funny to see it at the thrift store. Brand new with the tags.
It must have an F. Does it have an F?
Oh, F. Yeah.
That would fit me.
Does kind of look like it would fit you. I think it's a top. It's very Y2K.
Yeah, you got it so I can
No, somebody cut it.
Free People is a brand that I actually really enjoy for myself, and it can be all over with solds of like, but this one had some pretty big flaws on the sides. It's not really visible in camera, but the threads were coming out pretty bad, and I'm trying to do better about not buying projects anymore.
It's a bummer. That's fun.
I think somebody actually handmade that. It was so nice.
It was at this point when I realized the thrift gods were no longer gracing us with their treasures that I really had to dig deep and go back and remember this cold brew with the lavender cold foam, my absolute favorite. But I'll let Nico share the experience with you real quick. So, have a quick drink.
Ooh. Like, oh, take me to your best Maui lavender farm.
After pulling in the energy of the coffee, I made my way over to the bags, and right away this lounge fly popped out to me. I do see that the price is $9, which is a little high, and I did some extensive looking because I couldn't find one exactly like it. And I thought, okay, maybe it's worth the risk. At this point, this is what I would say. I was just fishing to grab something. I really wanted to fill my little cart up, and at that point I was feeling a little discouraged.
Like every other thing's from Target. I left this little section in the video to show you how easy it is to scan a barcode on the eBay app to look up the item. You can see how many are listed, and then you can go into the settings and see how many have actually sold. This did not have any sold comps, and so I left it behind. So, it's a lot of Target. Our timer is up. We didn't really find a whole lot, but Luna is happy, I guess. So we spent $36. Luna and I got a couple of things. We had 20 minutes at the Goodwill. We spent half the time looking at toys. Yes.
Toy. Hi.
So really we only had like solid 10 minutes of looking for stuff to resell. I found a few Monet hair stuff. Now we're on to our next adventure. So after feeling defeated, we made our way to the home where we would be staying. We were very lucky. We had some friends that lived on Maui where they were letting us stay with them, and they had an extra vehicle that we were able to borrow. Incredibly blessed, yes. But let's hop into day 2 now. Today we are going to the aquarium, the Ocean Center, and then hopefully hit some thrift stores. Our goal is to be able to find enough inventory today to pay for all of our fun travels.
No chance!
So let's get into the excitement and some adventures. I was hoping that a second trip to the Goodwill would lead to some exciting finds with some fresh eyes. So we did hit the bag section because it did seem like there were a lot of different bags out and about. But the prices were just really high for even the most basic of like little zip bags that you would get like free with purchase in the store. I have found some great things at other Goodwills in those sections that have kind of gone unnoticed, like a Gurkha bag before, but that didn't happen here, which is okay. We're just gonna keep looking, keep holding our hopes to see if we can find something. And honestly, I was kind of zigzagging my way around because I just didn't have a plan for attack here, and maybe that was part of my problem. Then I got excited when I saw this. It was a vintage Dodgers made in the USA jersey, and so I started to check it out. It was pretty clean, but when I looked and I saw the price, you guys, it was $60.
That's crazy. You're crazy.
I know. The reality is that I have my kid with me, and this is really, really hard. Not getting pretty much anything done. So the Goodwill might have been a bust, but the aquarium definitely panned out for us. The aquarium was an amazing experience. The behind the scenes tour was more expensive. You had to buy extra for it, but I think it was absolutely worth every dollar. You got to see the coral restoration. We got to feed the turtles and the sharks.
All right.
I see them.
Pick you up?
Can we take another handful? Here they go.
Grab a squid if you want. You feed the sharks.
Shark, ready? Throw it with me. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. Right there. Let's see if it goes. Oh, the fish got it.
Highly recommend if you go to this aquarium to splurge that little extra and do the behind the scenes tour. And of course, you can't take me anywhere without trying to see if there's something that we can buy to resell and make a profit. Well, in the gift shop, I noticed that all the Christmas ornaments were on sale pretty significantly. And this one brand, Christopher Radko, was on sale for about $30. Now, I might have picked them up except for I couldn't find any solds of those exact styles, so I left them behind because $30 was just too much of a gamble. But definitely be on the lookout for Radko ornaments. They're a great seller, and some of the more vintage pieces can go for really big money. With day 2 wrapped up, we went home, went to bed early, and woke up bright and early for some thrifting and adventures for the day. Meanwhile, my husband is at his disc golf tournament, doing his thing over there in his beautiful location. The drive is absolutely crazy. We start day 3 off with what I think is kind of like a rummage sale. It is a church thrift store that is only open 2 days a week. It was by far the best spot for thrifting out of all the places and all the garage sales that we hit. Just wish I would have been there at opening.
That's so cool.
Didn't realize what a scene it was. These mother jeans were an epic find. There's some spots I was able to get most of them out. And make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video where I give a whole haul of everything that I found at this rummage sale. So that thrift store was amazing, and I did not do a lot of filming because I just didn't feel comfortable. It was a church thrift store. They're only open 2 days a week. It is such an amazing place for the community to get very affordable pricing for things. I was able to score some great items I'm super excited about. They had so much, and they were telling me they have rooms and rooms and rooms more of donations. Now we're heading to the You Pick strawberries that I'm very excited for. What do you think, Lunaya?
I think it'll be really cool.
We took a little detour when I saw a garage sale sign, but well, we will.
What'd you pick?
Strawberries, but they're not very good. We can wait.
Sorry.
Love my sticker. It's okay. Bigfoot believes in you too. At the end of the thrift, we may not have gotten a ton of items, but there are still some profits to be made. So our first thrift trip and 30-minute challenge, we instantly sold 3 of the Monet hair products for $63 to a single buyer. I then sold the Loungefly backpack for $16, which I should not have purchased. And we still have one more Monet hair product that should sell around $25. This brings our total gross sales to $103. So even though we kind of made it, we didn't actually, because I like to take into account eBay fees and cost of goods. So after that, we're taking home about $65. But you know what? For 30 minutes and spending a bunch of that time looking at things for my daughter, $65 is not too shabby. Second thrift trip, picked up absolutely nothing, was a complete bust, but we had a beautiful day. The thrift store that felt more like a rummage sale, almost all the items are listed, so I'm just gonna show you my listings as I go through them quickly. We got the Mother jeans, the Frank and Eileen pants, Loungefly wallet, vintage Dooney and Burke wallet, chocolate sandals, a couple of Eileen Fisher tops, a J. Crew vest that was brand new with the tags, a few other small items, and the best item to find was a Nest security camera set. So the Nest security camera set alone should fetch us about $100, even in parts to be repaired order.
Yay!
The rest of the items I estimate about $170, and we've already sold the Dooney and Burke wallet for $14, bringing our total estimates profits to about $284. Our total cost of goods was about $30, and after fees, we're looking to bring home about $202. These numbers are estimating low, taking into consideration of sending offers and receiving offers, so hopefully they should be easily attainable. Now that garage sale that made us late for the You Pick strawberries. Well, that was an interesting situation. I showed up, I saw a bunch of Department 56 items. I was really excited. I talked to a woman, and she goes on about how they're trying to get rid of them. Well, then the man comes out. I start making a pile. I start asking him about prices. I try to haggle a little bit with him, and he was not having it, and specifically said he was in no hurry to sell any of his items. Okay, so I picked through, and I had to pick what I had picked. He then begrudgingly looked at my pile and goes, "You grabbed all the best ones." So here are the best ones that I grabbed. I sold this one for $72. I sold this one for $74. I've got this one listed for $49 and this one listed for $149. For some quick info, these are a part of the Snow Village collection, and most of them sell more in like the $20 range, which is why I didn't buy that many. So here we have a potential of 344 gross sales. We take into account our cost of goods, which was $65, and eBay fees, and we should bring home about $217. So let's add all of these numbers up together, and that brings our total to, after cost of goods and fees, $484. Now remember, these are all estimates. I'm not taking into account shipping, which I never do free shipping. And this is not taking into account those really fun things like taxes and shipping materials. But for the sake of my brain, we are gonna just simplify it. I'll be honest, these were not the numbers I was looking to bring home for this trip. But this is still $400 more than if I wouldn't have gone thrifting at all. Here are some things these profits could pay for. The aquarium, an epic meal at Kula Bistro, the You Pick experience, a car wash for the car that we borrowed, our flight fees. We have a massive credit with Southwest, but we still have to pay taxes and fees. A run to Target because my charger broke and I need a battery bank, and more. So even if at times I was feeling pretty down on not finding the best items, we still made some money, and we had an amazing adventure along the way. In the end, I value the adventures and experiences above the actual profits. These experiences for our family are priceless, and hopefully something my daughter will look back upon with fondness. If you like these type of videos, I highly recommend you stay tuned for our next one, where we hop over to Big Island. And spoiler, you guys, I had my best Goodwill trip in Hawaii ever, along with some great finds at a store that I would not consider a thrift store. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you along for our next great thrift adventure.